Hey guys, this is Wes from Yinc Marketing. Wanted to hop on and welcome everyone to the webinar today. This is one I am super excited about. I've been bugging Jace for a couple of months now to hop on and share some of his knowledge with us. A couple reasons why we want to shoot this webinar. Number one, we've had a lot of people calling and asking us what's our process, how are we generating more revenue for our clients? And then the second is we've had a lot of leads come in, let us know that they had a $0 budget for marketing. So we wanted to break down what it really takes to generate revenue for your company and to scale your business. So first things first, I want to introduce Chase. Uh, he, I met Jace about 4.5 years ago. At the time, I was putting on an event at the school where we were teaching young entrepreneurs how to start their business, and we were inviting business owners in the area to come speak and share their expertise. So Jace was one of the first ones we asked. He came by, gave an awesome presentation for the students, and at the end he left, and I chased him down the parking lot. I said, Jace, I need to know everything you know about marketing. I know it's a key to me being successful. I don't care if that means I gotta come clean your carpets, wash your windows, take out the garbage, whatever it takes to get you to mentor me and to teach me what you know. And he kind of laughed and said, all right, let me think about it. I'm sure there's a way we can partner up. Well, for the next month, I showed up every day to his work, to his office, and just said, hey, let me know if there's anything I can do. And I think I got to the point that Jace realized I wasn't going away, so he ended up giving me a job, and then we started working together. And about 6 months later, we started Yinc Marketing. And so, what I can say about Jace is he's a genius. He knows marketing inside and out, and he has taught me everything I know when it comes to building businesses and generating more revenue. So I encourage you guys to take notes. A lot of what Jace will be going over today, you can apply to your business right now and start generating more revenue. So buckle up, Jace. It's all you. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys. I want to first off, thanks, Wes, for that simple introduction. And let's get started. Hey, I'm excited for you guys to be here. We're going to go over kind of what Yinc Marketing does, what we've done for some of our clients, and then I'm going to give you guys a kind of detailed look into some of the campaigns we're running. So, first off, how can Yinc Marketing help you guys help your business grow? I know most of the time when we get a survey or questionnaire, businesses need help. A lot of them struggle to get new customers. A lot of them struggle to get leads. How Yinc kind of came about was we've started a few companies, and we were able to kind of hit the gold pot because what we were able to do is generate leads online. Once the leads started to come online, everything was inbound, and we just started to sell them. So we created a system years ago to be able to generate these leads. Now, obviously, it has evolved, and so we're going to go over all that. But first off, Wes kind of mentioned a little bit about me. I am father of four. These guys take up a lot of my time. Got 4 kids, 3 girls, 1 boy. Kind of what makes me keep going. Now, I love business, love making money, also love taking care of kids. So they keep me busy. Now, what we do is, let me tell you a little bit about my story, where I come from. So I've been in business ever since I graduated from college. Got done with college, I came down, moved away from my home, got married, and ended up moving down to a place called St. George. There, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I owned a window washing company that put me through college, made enough money to pay for all of that. Well, I was done washing windows, so I moved to St. George, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. Well, I had a friend. He mentioned something about money, about finances, and I was like, hey, I could do that. So we ended up starting a lending company, grew that, and it grew pretty quickly. And the way I got my leads was I would come in the morning, I'd study, kind of perfect my craft. That's a big deal in business. I got to know my stuff. I'd study from like 5 a.m. in the morning until around 8:30, and then I'd jump on the phone and I'd just start cold calling. Well, the first 4 months, I did not close one deal, but I was pretty persistent. kept calling, and I built up this huge pipeline of people that were interested. And after 4 months, they all started to close, and I think I made like 18,000 my first, well, that first fifth month, and then it just continued to grow. We grew that pretty big. I got kind of tired of the lending industry. Was in it for a few years. Made enough money to start investing, and got big into real estate. Bought some stuff on the Strip in Las Vegas, and 2008 hit. Obviously, I think I was worth about 8 million pretty quickly when I was like 26. Ended up, a lot of that was paper assets, obviously. Lost everything, had to go into that battle where you had banks, where we had people, frustration. I mean, it was just kind of a hard time. That year, after, like, it was probably around 2007 when it all started to tank. I decided I need to get more education. Spent my time at Barnes & Noble, read 150 business books that year, and started a couple other companies. One of those is YDraw. YDraw came about. I saw a whiteboard animation video online and loved it. I tried to find a business that would do it and do it at a reasonable price. There was like one company in the UK, they wanted 100,000 for it. So I was like, no, I'll figure it out. Called my best friend. He came down and we figured it out. And the day our first video, the one we created for our company, day our first video hit YouTube, phone started to ring. Slowly we did search engine optimization. We started to run ads. We did video marketing, and we grew it quickly. So from that, we have YDraw, and also we have Yinc Marketing, which is kind of the marketing agency that does everything. And then YDraw focuses on the video creation. Okay? So that's me. That's a quick rundown of my story. There's a lot in between there, but just wanted to give you guys an idea where I come from. Okay, so let's jump in. Here's a checklist that we give every company. When we go into a business and we say, hey, we're ready to start marketing, this is a simple checklist that we have, that all of this stuff has to be in place. If you're starting a business or running a business, you need to have a strong foundation. Like, I've come into companies that have been open for 4 or 5 years. They've been doing stuff online. They don't have analytics in place. They don't have Bing Webmaster. They don't have Google Webmaster. So they don't really know where their traffic's coming from. They don't have a simple email system in place. And all these things are kind of basics in online marketing, and you have to have them. Okay, if you want to be successful in online marketing, it's just things you need to have in place. So we go into a company and we'll set this up and say, here's what we do month 1. We make sure all these things are in place. We build the foundation. Month 2, we work on your message. 3, 4, and then you have your ongoing things that you need to be doing consistently, day in and day out. So this is a good list if you're looking to do your own online marketing, or you have a company that's doing it for you. This is actually a great list to give to them and say, I want to make sure all of this stuff's in place. If you need it and you don't want to try to copy it down here, fine, you should be able to do a screenshot and get it. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, the big problem is when we go into businesses is traffic. They aren't generating enough traffic to get leads. Businesses live and die by getting leads and sales. So the number one concern whenever anyone fills out a questionnaire is, I'm not getting traffic, I'm not getting leads. And that's probably the biggest problem. Okay, there's a lot of them might be spending a lot of money, but they're still not generating. Sorry, I do have a cold, by the way. But they're still not generating the necessary number of leads to really grow their business. So there's some adjustments that need to be made. Okay. So one problem is they have no idea how to do it. They don't know much about online. I get a lot of people that are trying to learn it. Well, let me tell you, I have hundreds and hundreds of hours in online marketing. Okay. It takes time. So if you don't have any time and you have money, you're going to be okay, because you can spend it. You can buy time. Okay. If you have no time and no money, then you're going to struggle. You're not going to be able to make it online. There's just no way. So if you don't have money but you do have time, great. You can put in the time to learn the necessary skills and techniques to market your business online. But that's a nice thing about online. There's no way around it. If you want to get good at it, if you want to generate a business or grow your business online, you have to do the necessary steps. There's no way you can skip them. Okay, if you want to pop up at the top of search engines, you have to spend your time doing some search engine optimization, which is not easy. It's a 6 month to a year process. Okay, so first thing we see, people have no idea what they're doing. Next one, like I said, is I'm broke. They have no money. Probably 70% of the questionnaires that I get filled out for businesses, they say they have zero budget to market online. And I always respond back, I'm like, if you have zero money to market online, how are you going to make it? You have to be able to buy traffic. You have to be able to spend something. And like I said, if you can't, then you have one option. That is to rank high in search engines and drive traffic through free things like Facebook, LinkedIn, but then that takes time. That takes a full time, takes you doing it full time, which you might not be able to do that. Okay? Um, Big problem, probably 50% of companies, they have hired the wrong company. So they always come to us and they say, hey, we have an online marketing company. Well, that online marketing company is not working. I'll tell you a perfect example. I was in Salt Lake a couple months ago, sat down with a company, and they were spending probably close to $25,000 a month on their online marketing. 15,000 was going to the guy, and he was doing nothing. That checklist I showed you at first, none of that was in place. They weren't getting hardly any leads, and I was just like, how does this happen? Well, it happens all the time. Okay, you most likely, there's a 50-50 chance you don't have a company or you're working with a company that doesn't really know what they're doing. We've produced a few blogs on this to discuss it and show you things to watch out for. You can just go to our blog, yincmarketing.com/blog, and we have some stuff that talks about hiring the wrong marketing company. Okay, so those are your three things. Usually people don't know what they're doing. They have zero money, or they've hired the wrong company and they're just not getting the results that they want. Now, I do want to warn you, your results might be a little different than what the marketing company thinks your results should be. So be careful. Your marketing company may be getting you some good results. It's just you'd like it more, faster, and you just want to navigate that slowly. Okay, so here's our solution. So we identified this problem, and like I said, when we owned a company, when we started YDraw, we did not go out. When I started my other companies, I did all outbound. I would do cold calls. I'd knock doors. I would go out there searching. Well, YDraw I wanted to do differently. I had enough skills to market things online that I wanted to do it differently. So YDraw was created 100% online, and all of our leads were inbound. So basically, we pick up the phone or clients just say, hey, we're ready to close. Worked great. So how we did that, we used AdWords. We used SEO, we used Facebook, we used YouTube, we used other social things like Quora. We put up our own site, made sure it was all optimized. So your solution is to build this foundation and just stick to the plan, because it always works. Every company we've worked with, if they stick to the plan and do these things, it's going to work for you. Okay? So I break all things down into kind of 3 steps. So number 1, lead capture. The very first thing you need to do is capture leads. That's why your website is up. Okay, your website is nothing more than a lead capture page. Okay, don't worry about putting thousands and thousands of words on those websites, anything like that. You want to keep them simple, very, very simple. Get a simple message. Let me show you. I'm going to go over here to Yinc Marketing. Okay, so basically the message on this, I spent a lot of time in creating new headlines. I actually just put up this new headline this morning. I'm testing it. So it's, are you struggling with your online marketing efforts? We generate traffic, leads, and customers for your business. Okay, I try to keep up my message very simple. Register for a webinar. Here's the problem. Here's how we fix it. Then I put a simple graph here. And I just talk. I mean, it's pretty simple to know what we do. Reasons why you work with us. Here's a video. And bam. So I try to keep it very simple. If you go over here to ydraw.com, same exact thing. A whiteboard animation company who loves creating incredible animation videos want one. That's what we do. There's really nothing else to say besides, hey, this is what we do. Here's a video. Watch it. Now what I want to do is grab your information. If you're interested, I want you to fill out that form. Yeah, let me show you a difference. Let me show you something. Okay, I help a lot with boys' homes. I do some consulting, have for a long time for some friends, and I want to show you the difference between websites and what we've done. Okay, so we created, this is a website they've had up for years. It kills me to look at it, but they know we're making the adjustments. Well, how we got them to make the adjustment was we built another one, a totally separate one. We did the exact same thing we're doing with this one, and we built another simple website that basically has, here's what we do, is you're fighting for your teen's future. Because you have to understand, when a parent comes to these or they're searching, they need help, they need it quickly. So we have an amazing video here. Well, the difference between this page, which is packed full of information, and this page, which hardly has anything, you can see very few buttons up top, is crazy. If I showed you the numbers, a lead on here, so let's assume that we're spending, I think a lead here is 1/5 of the cost plus gets more. So we spend 1/5 of the cost that it takes to drive traffic here. So let's say you spend $20,000 a month. We're spending $5,000 a month on this one, $20,000 a month on this one. And this page right here generates the exact same amount of leads, okay, plus calls. Got it? And you can see it's full of videos, simple. And I'm not really into graphic design. I like things to look good, but you don't, more importantly, it's your message. I mean, you want your message to be true, and you want to test your headlines and know they're working. Okay? So that's a simple example. And so back to one, lead capture. The very first thing you need to do is capture leads. And almost all your assets you create, your videos, your website, your social media, everything is geared towards lead capture. Number 2, lead nurture. Once a lead comes in, what do you do with them? How do you nurture them? So what we do is email campaigns. Every single lead that comes in goes through an email sequence, and we have specific things we do in those email sequences. Okay? Nurture. Did I spell it right? I think I did. Number 3 is lead conversion. Now, if you do 1, 2 right, your lead conversion just kind of happens on its own. You'll get the calls. They'll be like, "Hey, I'm ready." I get in Y-Draw all the time. We get people that have been looking at our stuff for 6, 7 months that call and say, "Hey, we're ready," and we've educated them well enough that they already know our process. They know what we do, and they were just waiting to get their budget in line or something like that, and they call and say, "We're ready." Got it? So focus on these things: lead capture, lead nurture, lead conversion, and know what assets you have in place to capture leads. Okay? I always recommend the website. I always recommend having a video in place, a YouTube channel, Facebook, all those, which I'm going to discuss right now. So I'm going to jump over here. We'll come back to this slide. But let me show you a little bit about what we do, kind of the results. So obviously, you guys know I do like Facebook. I do like running Facebook ads. Now, how much to run all depends on the results that you get. So sometimes I tell people, hey, $5 a day. Others might want to spend, I got some guys spending $6,000 a day on Facebook because that's what's working for them. Now, many of you know I started simple like ads, Instagram ads. Instagram came out just last week, and I am testing it like crazy. And you can see that I'm running this simple, well, I'll jump over here to Ad Manager so you can see what I got going. So I've just been testing all these are basically Instagram ads. You see I'm getting 24 cents a click. So here I'm getting 61 cents a click here, getting 20 cents a click here, and they're working. Okay, yesterday we captured good leads. I launched a new campaign on Instagram to go after orthodontists and dentists to run simple Instagrams for them, and basically they work. Leads started to come in within, it was kind of crazy, within 10 minutes of launching that campaign, I had my first lead hit. Now I am offering a pretty good offer. I think I'm doing like a 14-day free trial. to do it, but still it gets them in my door, gets them in my funnel, and we'll see how it works. Got it? So you can see I love running Instagram ads. I'm always testing. We're running tons of different accounts and they work. So Instagram, Facebook, love Facebook. Now, nice thing with Facebook is you can target people, but it doesn't work for everyone. Facebook may not be the best thing for you, but it does work. I mean, you like I said, you might only spend $3 or you might not run ads on Facebook. What you might want to do is just do a simple retargeting campaign, which I'll discuss in a second. YouTube. Love YouTube. So we use Facebook, we use YouTube. If you look, here's like our Yinc channel. I can show you YDraw's channel. So a nice thing about YouTube is you can run ads on YouTube. You can run ads in front of your competitors' videos, and it's cheap. If you jump over here on, this is YDraw's campaign. So on keyword only. So I'm running keywords in display ads on YouTube, and you can see my cost per conversion, that means cost per lead, is $8 per lead coming in, 18 last 30 days, and that's just on this simple one, keywords. Okay, if I go down here to specific placements, okay, 47 conversions. So this is where I'm running my video ad in front of other videos that I have chosen. So if you go up here to video targeting, you can tell YouTube exactly, well, Google. You can tell Google exactly what page you want to run in front of or what video you want to run in front of. You can see I eliminate audiences, I exclude. I got a lot of experience in this, so I've kind of learned what works, what doesn't. You can see it generates leads for me. Topics only. These cost more because it's more branding. You can see I got 12 conversions, $37 per conversion. Now for our product and service, 37 conversion, we can do that all day long. We could do 200, 300. If you have a product that runs in the couple thousand range, man, this stuff even works better. Okay, now if you have a product that you're selling for $19.99, well, then you have to fine tune it. You can't go out there and play with the big boys, so you have to be very specific of who and what you go after. Same with AdWords. Let me show you. I don't know if you guys knew this, but in AdWords, a lot of people have a problem getting AdWords to work. That's because usually they've hired the wrong company or they're going too broad. Okay, like I said, here's this one. You can see all of these things you can run on, or we pause. I've noticed 90% of your traffic and your conversions are going to come from like 10% of the keywords. So you don't want to do these big blasts. You want to get the keywords that are working for you. Make sure that you're showing up, your impression shares are very high in those keywords. So if you're only showing up 20% of the time and it's your highest converting keyword, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. You need to go in there and make sure you're showing up 90% of the time for that keyword that's converting. You can see here, I'm getting a 12 interaction rate, click-through rate. Let's go over here. So my average cost $4 here. You can see conversions, 41 conversions. Conversion is $44, 140, 112. Now this works for them because one placement or one student in this into their camp is worth a lot of money. So they can afford to spend a lot of money on these ads. Okay, some of you cannot, but it still works the same for every industry. Got it? So we love using Facebook. We love using Instagram. So if we come on board, what we do is set up your Facebook ads. Then we set up your Instagram ads. We set up your YouTube channel. We like to get you a video going. We set up AdWords. And then finally, we wrap it all together with, let me show you. I'm doing this all on the fly so you guys can see. I didn't really prepare a big old PowerPoint for this. I wanted to have you guys look at it live. Okay. So if you want to look at what we do, I'm going to show you a campaign and how it's built out. Once again, I usually like to go into YDraws just because work on this. So here's like a typical campaign of YDraws. You can see all these sources where leads are coming in at. Once they come in, Then they go into my master sequence, and here is the master sequence. Boom, boom. Okay. Looks like something's not published here, so I'm going to publish that. Okay, so this is part of your lead nurture. Once you start generating leads, you have to start nurturing, and you can see there's 2,300 people going through this simple sequence, and then 5,000 in the long term. And then I'll do email blasts, things like that. Okay, so there it is. That is basically what we do. So we use YouTube, we use Facebook, we use pay-per-click, and we then kind of tie it all in with an email to nurture. Got it. Now, I do love search engine optimization. And search engine, that's just where you get your website ranked. I have ranked my own websites top of almost all search engines. Here's why I don't really discuss search engine optimization. It's because it takes long, and most people don't have the patience to wait. Now, what we do is you need two things. You need content, and you need backlinks. Okay, a backlink is like another website linking back to your site. So if you have those two things, you're going to do good on SEO, but you have to put a campaign, or you have to put a plan in place to do that. Okay, you can't just blog and expect you to get all of this search engine. It's hard, it's very competitive, but we have very specific things that we put in place, and it's not cheap. That's another thing. It is not easy to win in the SEO game, but you can win it. I like to say it's not hard to win in the SEO game, okay? It just takes time, and it takes money to be able to do it. Okay? But if you do the certain things that you need to, get backlinks and create amazing content, which you can do that. We have, if you need backlinks, let us know. We'll get you backlinks. If you have a problem creating content, we'll create it for you. But if you do those two things, eventually you rank, and eventually you start beating out your competitors, because very few people take the time to do it. Okay? It's just a matter of you can wait long enough for it to kick into place. But I highly recommend doing it, because once you do, if you plan on being around for a few years, once organic traffic starts to take hold, leads just start coming in, and it's free. Got it? So real quickly, another thing we love to do, part of the nurturing, so you had lead capture, lead nurture, lead conversion. Part of the nurturing is retargeting. So we do a lot of cooking. So if somebody watches our video, we cookie their computer so that we can run them different ads. If somebody lands on our landing pages, we cookie them so we can run them different ads. We set this up across all platforms. So if somebody comes to your website, we cookie them, we show them an ad on Facebook. Remarketing does work. A lot of times people think you only want to show them an ad once or twice. We found that it works better showing them ads more. But it's just, you don't want to run it out too many days. But we do that too. So if anyone watches any of your videos, obviously you can run other ads to them. If they land on your landing pages, you can run ads to them. And we're big fans of marketing. Okay, simple case study. I was going to have Wes do this, but I don't know what happened to Wes, okay? So here's a case study. So Wes was working with a client, and basically this client sells a high-end product. Very unique product, actually. It's in part of the bond financial green card. I mean, a lot goes into this. So he came to us and he's like, hey, we need to run, we need some leads for a seminar we're holding. They were holding a seminar, and so what we did was create a landing page and started running Facebook ads. So he had 2 weeks to fill this conference, 6 days of ad spend, and we need to qualify his leads in Brazil, and he had a $20,000 budget to do it. Now, when somebody signs up with him, if he gets one person signing up, obviously it's worth more than $20,000. Okay, so here's how it went. In that 2-week period, we generated over 300 leads. It was like 312 leads. 100 of those leads were actually qualified leads that ended up attending. We spent half his budget, so we only spent $10,000, and he had to move the venue because we filled it. It generated 7 figures in revenue. Okay, that's a good process. Now, let me tell you why this works so well. One, he had a great budget. Obviously, he had $20,000. Whenever you go in to play in those markets like Facebook and you tell Facebook, hey, we need to spend $3,000 a day, it's amazing what happens to your cost per click. Okay, they are very aggressive when you start spending more. If you're just spending your $5, $10, it still works, but you're not going to get near as great as treatment as those spending a lot more. Okay, but that's a good example. And what we did for him, we just used Facebook. We did run YouTube ads. Okay, but mainly this was a Facebook one because we needed leads. We need them quickly, and filled his room. So watch out for these things. Here's some warnings that I want you to be careful of. If you plan on doing this stuff by yourself, we have created a lot of information. So go look at our videos, read our blogs. If there's anything that new comes out, I am always on top of like getting a new blog. Like when Instagram ads came out, immediately I had Nicole write up a whole thing on it, and I'll blast you guys an email to say, hey, this just came out. You might want to take advantage of it. Okay, and then I'm always doing tests where I show you my results. So if you plan on doing this stuff yourself, here's some warnings you need to watch out for. Budget killers. Okay, you're going to lose a lot of money on tests, okay, because you're going to try things. You're always looking for what's working. So you might screw up and put, hey, you miss a number, or you didn't put the good keywords. Your audience was too big. So you have to watch out for budget killers. Like where you go on your account and you're like, oh crap, there went all my money because you made some mistake. Okay, create good quality content. That's huge. You always need to be testing. A lot of people aren't testing all the time because a lot of times things work and they'll work great for a couple months and then all of a sudden it's gone. It doesn't work. So you always need to be testing these new avenues, just like Instagram is out. You need to be testing it because it might work for you guys. Okay, check your ads often. Make sure you're logging into your accounts. Once it starts running, always be updating. One of the things you can do on your AdWords accounts is always add negative keywords. Be adding those negative keywords. There are lists you can find. Kids videos, if you're doing video marketing, don't allow your videos to run on kids videos. Okay, Wheels on the Bus gets millions of views, and you don't want your ads popping up in front of that because my kids, I'm telling you, if they're watching ads, they always accidentally click them. So your numbers aren't going to turn out. So eliminate kid videos, eliminate target audience. I found that I always set my ads to run to 30 years and older. Okay, it's just usually people buy more when they're a little bit older. Too broad of target. So whenever you're running any kinds of ads, video, Facebook, don't be too broad on your target. The better target audience you have, the better results. Got it? Now, finally, our offer. There's Don Ecke. So we can do all this for you. If you're a company and you're struggling to get business, if you just want to talk with us, we're pretty open. We're not kind of your pushy salesman, because we got clients. We love working with them. We love growing businesses. I mean, that's what we like to do. So all different types of products we work with, from nasal spray to, like I said, boys' homes to overseas bonds. I mean, we work with a lot of different things because the system works. What we put into place works. It's just a matter if you have patience. So if you have a budget and if you're looking for a marketing company, if you're needing help growing your business, I suggest you talk to us. Down below this simple video, there is a box. There's a link. Click on it. Go out and fill out our questionnaire. We'll then look at your business and we'll go through it. We'll just investigate. Now, a lot of times people might say, hey, I don't need everything that you offer. Great. What do you need? We have all different packages. If you're needing Instagram ads, hey, we'll run your Instagram ads for you. We'll get them set up. So Facebook, a lot of times too, we'll do a free 14-day trial on new things. Like Instagram ads right now, we're running a free 14-day trial. So if you're interested in Instagram ads, let us know. If you're interested in video ads, we can always break things off. Or if you're interested in our whole package, what we do is bring on a full-time employee that works solely on your business, because that's what it takes. Okay? You can't compete against all those other companies if you don't have somebody full-time working on your business. Got it? So that's it. I hope that helped. Hope you guys have those things in place. Once again, if you have questions, email me, jace@yincmarketing.com. You can always call me. My contact here is on the webpage. Feel free to contact Wes if you want, wes@yincmarketing.com, and we will chat later. Hope you enjoyed it.